I will give you a new heart and put a new spirit in you. I will remove from you your heart of stone and give you a heart of flesh. Ezekiel 36:26. I tried to turn my heart to stone to stop the pain from getting through, but Jesus kept it beating when I wanted numbness too.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Try to shut down emotionally to survive the pain. Build walls around my heart so I wouldn't feel the strain. Thought if I could just go numb, I'd make it through. But numbness means you lose the good feelings too. So I stopped feeling joy, stopped feeling hope. Became a shell of who I was, couldn't cope with anything, just floating through each day. But Jesus wouldn't let my heart decay that way. He kept breaking through the walls I tried to build. Kept reminding me that feeling pain means I'm not killed. That a heart that still could break is a heart that's still alive. And he came to give abundant life, not just survive. Every time I try to numb out and disconnect, his presence will show up with love and respect for my humanity, my need to feel and be. He refused to let me die emotionally. When I tried to turn to stone, he kept my heart alive. Wouldn't let me go numb, helped me learn to thrive. When I tried to become numb, he refused to let my heart die. Kept it beating through the pain even when I wanted to hide. When I thought feeling nothing was better than feeling it all, he showed me that a living heart is worth every rise. When I tried to become numb, he refused to let my heart die. Taught me that emotions are weakness, that proof I'm alive. Now I'm feeling fully healing deeply through his grace, cause he wouldn't let me kill my heart to escape. John 10:10 says the thief come to steal, kill, destroy, but Jesus came to give life, abundant life to deploy. And part of that life is feeling the full range of human emotion, not living emotion, no the strange. I learned that numbness is a form of slow death, a way of existing without really taking breath into your soul, into your spirit, into who you are. Jesus came to resurrect and not leave you with a scar. He taught me how to feel again without being consumed, how to process pain instead of leaving it in tune. Inside my heart where it would slowly turn to stone, he gave me tools to feel and still not be alone. Now I cry when I need to, laugh when I can, feel the sadness and the joy as part of his plan to make me fully human, fully alive in him, not numbed out and floating on the emotional rim. When I tried to turn to stone, he kept my heart alive. Wouldn't let me go numb, helped me learn to thrive. When I tried to become numb, he refused to let my heart die. Kept it beating through the pain even when I wanna hide. When I thought feeling nothing was better than feeling it all, he showed me that a living heart is worth every rise and fall. When I tried to become numb, he refused to let my heart die. Taught me that emotions are weakness, that proof I'm alive. Now I'm feeling fully healing deeply through his grace, cause he wouldn't let me kill my heart to escape. A heart that feels is a heart that's alive. Don't trade your humanity just to survive. So if you're trying to go numb to protect yourself from pain, know that Jesus offers something better to maintain your heart alive and beating, feeling all the feels, while he walks beside you through whatever life reveals. He's the God of resurrection, brings dead hearts to life, won't let you settle for numbness in your strife, calls you to feel fully while he holds you tight. That's the abundant life, feeling wrong and right. When I tried to become numb, he refused to let my heart die. Kept it beating through the pain even when I wanna hide. When I thought feeling nothing was better than feeling it all, he showed me that a living heart is worth every rise and fall. When I tried to become numb, he refused to let my heart die. Taught me that emotions are weakness, that proof I'm alive. Now I'm feeling fully healing deeply through his grace, cause he wouldn't let me kill my heart to escape. My heart's alive, I feel again. A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a crushed spirit dries up the bones. Proverbs 17:22.
Don't kill your heart.
To escape the pain, let Jesus resurrected and feel alive again. He keeps your heart beating when you want to go numb, because abundant life is what he's bringing to come.
For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. I carried weight for years that crushed me every day. But one encounter with Jesus, and the fear just fell away.
Had fear living in my chest like a permanent resident. Anxiety, my roommate, panic, my close relative. Carried it so long I thought it was part of my identity. Couldn't remember who I was without this fear inside of me. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of being seen. Fear of success, fear of trying, stuck in between. Years of therapy and coping mechanisms I tried, but the fear remained like chains I couldn't untie. Then one moment in his presence changed everything. Felt the weight I carried lifted like it had wings. Years of bondage broken in a single instant. Jesus spoke freedom and the fear became distant. Not gradual, not slowly, but immediately gone. Like he flipped a switch and suddenly the light was on. What I fought for years, he handled in a breath. His power over fear is stronger than death. What I carried for so long, he lifted with one word. Years of fear dissolved when his voice was heard. The fear I carried for years, he lifted in 1 second. All the weight I thought was permanent, his power directed. When I finally let him touch what I've been holding tight, he broke the chains of fear and flooded me with light. The fear I carried for years, he lifted in 1 second. Prove his time is perfect even when I thought I checked it. Now I'm walking in freedom I didn't know existed. Cause Jesus broke the fear that for years persisted. Isaiah 41:10 says fear not, for I am with you. But I didn't understand the power in the words till he hit through the walls I built around my heart to protect the fear. And in one supernatural moment made his presence clear. It wasn't that I tried harder or finally figured it out. It was his divine intervention removing every doubt. What counseling couldn't touch, what medication couldn't reach, Jesus handled in the time it takes to speak. Now people ask me how I'm free and I can't fully explain, except to say that Jesus came and broke every chain. What seemed impossible for years became possible in seconds when I surrendered to his power and accepted his lessons. Don't get me wrong, the journey to surrender took time, but when I finally let him in, the freedom was on time. He's not bound by our timelines or our expectations. He moves in moments that bring instant transformation. What I carried for so long, he lifted with one word. Years of fear dissolved when his voice was heard. The fear I carried for years, he lifted in 1 second. All the weight I thought was permanent, his power directed. When I finally let him touch what I've been holding tight, he broke the chains of fear and flooded me with light. The fear I carried for years, he lifted in 1 second. Proved his time is perfect even when I thought I checked it. Now I'm walking in freedom I didn't know existed. Cause Jesus broke the fear that for years persisted. He can break in seconds what you've carried for years. His power has no limits. He's bigger than your fears. So if you're carrying fear that's been with you too long, know that Jesus can break it faster than a song. His power isn't limited by how long you've been bound. One moment in his presence and freedom can be found. Perfect love casts out fear, 1 John 4:18. When his love touches you, fear can't maintain its seat. So bring your years of bondage to the one who sets free. Watch him do in seconds what seemed like impossibility. The fear I carried for years, he lifted in 1 second. All the weight I thought was permanent, his power directed. When I finally let him touch what I've been holding tight, he broke the chains of fear and flooded me with life. Fear I carried for years, he lifted in 1 second. Prove his time is perfect even when I thought I checked it. Now I'm walking in freedom I didn't know existed. Cause Jesus broke the fear that for years persisted. In 1 second, oh, I'm free now. Just victory. There is no fear in love, but perfect love drives out fear. 1 John 4:18. What you carry for years, he can lift in a moment. His power has no limits. His love is the component. Years of fear gone in seconds when his love appears. Fear loses its what hurts.
But God demonstrates his own love for us in this: while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Romans 5:8.
When I was at my absolute lowest, broken, failing, barely breathing, his His love didn't wait for me to get stronger. He loved my weakness like it was worth keeping. I was at my weakest when he loved me most completely. Thought I had to get it together for him to me, but he showed up in my mess and my brokenness and shame. Loved the version of me that I was trying to change. Didn't love me less cause I was falling apart. Didn't wait till I was worthy to capture my heart. He saw me at rock bottom and said this is where I start. Building something beautiful from your fragmented parts. I thought his love was conditional on my performance, that I had to earn his grace through spiritual endurance. But Romans 5:8 says while we were still in sin, Christ died for us, that's where his love begins. He loved my weakness like it had value and worth, like it was the strongest version I could show on earth. And that kind of love changed everything I believed about my value when I'm struggling to achieve. He didn't wait for strength to love me at my weakest length. His love was full and complete when I couldn't stand on my feet. Jesus loved the weakest version of me like it was the strongest. Didn't wait for me to fix myself or make the progress. When I was broken, barely holding on by a thread, his love was loudest, more complete, fully spread. Jesus loved the weakest version of me like it was the strongest. Made me understand that grace doesn't wait for the longest. Journey to perfection and meet you where you are, and love your weakness like it's the brightest star. Now I understand that his love isn't based on my condition. It's not a reward for reaching some spiritual position. He loves me the same when I'm weak as when I'm strong. His affection doesn't fluctuate based on right or wrong. That's the gospel, love that meets us in our lowest state. Now I love that waits until we got ourselves straight. Christ loved me when I was his enemy, Paul says. How much more now that I'm his child through grace? It's changed how I view my weakest moments now. They're not shameful failures that I need to disavow. They're opportunities to see his love doesn't depend on my strength but on his nature that will never end. So when I'm weak, I boast in that reality, cause his power is perfected in my fragility. Jesus loved my weakness like it worth dying for, and that's the love that I'm living forevermore. He didn't wait for strength to love me at my weakest length. His love was full and complete when I couldn't stand on my feet. Jesus loved the weakest version of me like it was the strongest. Didn't wait for me to fix myself and make the progress. And when I was broken, barely holding on by a thread, his love was loudest, most complete, fully spread. Jesus the weakest version of me like it was the strongest. Made me understand that grace doesn't wait for the longest. Journey to perfection and meet you where you are, and love your weakness like it's the brightest star. Your weakness is not disqualifying. His love sees it, it's worth dying. So if you're in your weakest season feeling unworthy of his love, no, that's exactly when his grace fits like a glove. He doesn't love you more when you're spiritually strong. His love is constant, full, complete all along. Stop waiting to be better before you come to him. He loves your weakness, that's not just a whim. It's the heart of the gospel, the core of his grace. He loved you at your worst with a smile on his face. Jesus loved the weakest version of me like it was the strongest. Didn't wait for me to fix myself and make the progress. When I was broken, barely holding on by a thread, his love was loudest, most complete, fully spread. Jesus loved the weakest version of me like it was the strongest. Made me understand that grace doesn't wait for the longest. Journey to perfection and meet you where you are, and love your weakness like it's the brightest star. He loved me fully, his love's complete. When I speak, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9. Your weakness doesn't disqualify his love. It's the place where grace fits like a glove. He loved you then, he loves you now. At your weakest, he takes a bow. He loved my weakness like it was my strength. And that kind of love goes to any length.
The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18, everything I built fell in a moment, but his mercy didn't rush. Just started rebuilding me slowly, with patient, loving touch.
One day I had it all together, next day it all fell down. Lost my job, lost my home, lost respect around town. Life collapsed so sudden like a building in an earthquake. Left me standing in the rubble wondering what it would take to rebuild from nothing when you got no strength to start. When the foundation of your life is shattered, torn apart. But God's mercy showed up in the wreckage where I stood. Said I'll rebuild you better, stronger than you ever could. Not overnight like it fell, but brick by careful brick. Teaching me that restoration ain't a magic trick. It's a process, it's a journey, it's a patient work of grace, where he rebuilds your life at its perfect measure pace. First brick was accepting that I couldn't do this alone. Second brick was learning that his strength becomes my own. Third brick was forgiving those who watched me fall apart. Fourth brick was trusting him with my broken heart. He didn't rush the process, took his time with care, building something better from the ruins there. My life collapsed overnight, but his mercy rebuilt me brick by brick. Didn't rush the restoration, taught me every lesson, every trick. When I wanted instant healing, he showed me patient grace. Now I'm stronger than before because he rebuilt at his pace. My life collapsed overnight, but his mercy rebuilt me brick by brick. From the rubble of my failures, he constructed something epic. Now I stand on solid ground that only he can make. Built by mercy, layer by layer, for his name's sake. Nehemiah rebuilt Jerusalem's walls in 52 days. But God took longer with me, taught me his ways. Cause he wasn't just rebuilding circumstance into situation. He was reconstructing character through transformation. Each brick took time, healing from trauma one day at a time. Breaking generational curses, changing how I climb. Rebuilding relationships I destroyed through my sin. Learning healthy boundaries and letting real love in. Some days felt like progress, some days felt like I stayed still. But God was always working his perfect way. Couldn't see the building while I was just one brick deep. But looking back now I see the foundation he helped me keep. He rebuilt my faith when doubt tried to consume. Rebuilt my hope when all I saw was doom. Rebuilt my purpose when I thought I had none left. Brick by brick, his mercy proved that he's the best architect. He didn't rush the process, took his time with care, building something better from the ruins that my life collapsed overnight, but his mercy rebuilt me brick by brick. Didn't rush the restoration, taught me every lesson, every trick. When I wanted instant healing, he showed me patient grace. Now I'm stronger than before because he rebuilt at his pace. My life collapsed overnight, but his mercy rebuilt me brick by brick. From the rubble of my failures, he constructed something epic. Now I stand on solid ground that only he can make. Built by mercy, layer by layer, for his name's sake. Brick by brick, day by day, stone by stone, he makes a way. Patient mercy builds the last. Better than my crumbling past. So if your life just fell apart and you're standing in the wreckage, know that God's mercy is the best reconstruction method. He'll rebuild you brick by brick with patience and with care, making you stronger than you were. That's his answer to your prayer. Don't despise the slow rebuild, trust his perfect timing. Every brick he lays is worth the wait. It's not just rhyming, he's building something that will last through every storm and test. When God rebuilds, he builds the best, better than the rest. My life collapsed overnight, but his mercy rebuilt me brick by brick. Didn't rush the restoration, taught me every lesson, every trick. When I wanted instant healing, he showed me patient grace. Now I'm stronger than before because he rebuilt at his pace. My life collapsed overnight, but his mercy rebuilt me brick by brick. From the rubble of my failures, he constructed something epic. Now I stand on solid ground that only he can make. Built by mercy, layer by layer, for his name's sake. Restore me. His mercy made me holy.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. They wrote me off,
said I was done, but Jesus was building tomorrow while I was coming undone. Yeah, they looked at my past and said there's no way forward. Statistics said I failed, become another sordid story of potential, wasted dreams abandoned. But they didn't see the architect divine that had me branded. Teachers said I wouldn't make it, locked up by 25. Family gave up hope and I'd survive or truly thrive. Society wrote the script that I was destined for destruction. destruction, but Jesus had blueprints they couldn't see in construction. While I was breaking under pressure, falling to my knees, God was laying foundations for the future they couldn't perceive. Every tear was more to every trial was still building something beautiful from what looked like no deal. They saw wreckage where he saw renovation, saw the end where he planned restoration. While I was barely holding on by a thread so thin, Jesus was constructing the life I'm living in. When they counted me out, he was counting me in. While they wrote my ending, he was planning my win. They said I had no future, Jesus built one while I was breaking. Every piece that fell apart, he was using and reshaping. When the world declared me hopeless with no path ahead to see, he was building my tomorrow while they buried me. They said I had no future, Jesus built one while I was breaking. Started from the bottom where they said I'd always stay. Yeah, locking cycles they predicted I could never break away. But Jeremiah 29:11, God had plans I couldn't see, to prosper me and give me hope, to set my future free. He took my brokenness and made it the foundation. Used my pain as building blocks for my destination. What they call failure was just preparation for the testimony God was crafting through my transformation. Now I'm walking in the future they said couldn't exist, living in the plans of God they couldn't even list. Every door they closed, he opened something better. Every limitation became a freedom. Let unemployed where they said I'll be unemployable. Living purpose through where they said impossible. Standing on the promises they said when applied. When they counted me out, he was counting me in. While they wrote my ending, he was planning my win. They said I had no future, Jesus built one while I was breaking. Every piece that fell apart, he was using and reshaping. When the world declared me hopeless with no path ahead to see, he was building my tomorrow while they buried me. They said I had no future, Jesus built one while I was breaking. From my doings and abundance of broken past, takes what seems finished and makes it last. So if they told you that your best days are behind, that you got no future, you run out of time, know that Jesus is building where you're barely surviving. There's plans for your future already arriving. He's a God of resurrection, love brings dead things to life, builds futures for the broken through every kind of strife. So don't believe the voices that declare you through. Jesus is constructing something beautiful in you. They said I had no future, Jesus built one while I was breaking. Every piece that fell apart, he was using and reshaping. When the world declared me hopeless with no path ahead to see, he was building my tomorrow while they buried me. They said I had no future, Jesus built one while I was breaking. Building bruises from the broken, he made a way through the breaking. He proved them wrong with his power, I'm still standing. Still making with power, things gonna bend. Being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Philippians 1. When they say you're finished, remember who you serve. He's building your tomorrow. You're getting what you deserve. His grace.
He builds futures.
From broken pieces,
His plans never fail.
his love never ceases. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil. Ephesians 6:12. They saw me fall in public, but didn't see the private war, where Jesus fought for my soul and won what mattered more.
Yeah, I lost a job, lost a relationship, lost respect. People watch me crumble, saw my life become a wreck. On the outside it looked like I was taking major losses, but nobody saw the internal battle for my choices. Behind the scenes, there was a war for my identity, a fight between destruction and my divine destiny, while everyone was watching my external defeats. Jesus was securing victory in battles they couldn't see. The devil wanted my soul, wanted me consumed by shame, wanted me to believe a lie. I'm defined by my pain, but while I was losing publicly, Christ was winning privately. The battle for my heart, my hope, my eternity. So yeah, I lost what they could see with natural eyes, but Jesus won the war that matters beyond the skies. Saved me from self-destruction, from giving up completely. That's the victory that counts, though nobody saw it clearly.
They saw me lose the fight that played out in the light, but Jesus won the war behind every closed door. I lost the battle everyone saw, but Jesus won the one no one knew about. The fight for my soul when I was filled with doubt, when the world saw failure, God saw a rescue. She saved with battles with divine precision. Lost the battles with divine precision. I lost in battle everyone's armor. Jesus won the hidden battle, and that's my glory.
1 Samuel 16:7, man looks it out with appearance, but God sees the heart, that's the real deliverance. People judge my losses by what they could observe, but didn't see Jesus fighting to preserve my sanity, my faith, my will to keep going. When depression told me quit and pain kept growing, while they saw defeat, God saw his intervention. Winning the battles that needed his attention. I could've lost my life to addiction or despair, could've given up on God and acted like he wasn't there, but Jesus fought for me in places no one witnessed, secured the victories that truly mattered in his business. Now I'm standing here, alive and still believing, not because I won publicly, but because he kept me breathing through the wars that raged in silence in the dark. He won the battles that could've stopped my heart.
They saw me lose the fight that played out in the light, but Jesus won the war behind every closed door.
I lost the battle everyone saw, but Jesus won the one no one knew about. The fight for my soul when I was filled with doubt, when the world saw failure, God saw vision. I lost the battles with divine precision. I lost the battles with divine precision. I lost the battle everyone saw, but Jesus won the hidden battle, and that's my glory. Not every victory is seen by human eyes. Some battles God wins in the secret places where we cry.
Yeah, so if you lost something public and feel defeated today, remember there's a war for your soul that's being waged, and Jesus is fighting battles that nobody else can see, securing victories that lead to your eternity. The devil wants to steal, kill, and destroy your faith, but Jesus came to give you life in every case. So trust him while you're losing what the world can't measure. God is winning what matters, your eternal treasure.
I lost the battle everyone saw, but Jesus won the one no one knew about. The fight for my soul when I was filled with doubt, when the world saw failure, God saw a rescue mission. I lost the battle most with divine precision. I lost the battle most with divine precision. I lost the battle everyone saw, cause Jesus won a hidden battle, and that's my glory. One for me, he saved my soul. He fought for me when no one saw. He won it all forevermore, forevermore. But thanks be to God, he gives us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15:57. When you lose in public, remember the private war where Jesus fights for your soul. That's what he came for. Public losses don't define all the battles he wins inside. Trust that he's fighting where it mattered most in time.
In the same way, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. We do not know what we ought to pray for, but the Spirit himself intercedes for us through wordless groans. Romans 8:26.
There was pain I couldn't name, too deep for vocabulary, but Jesus sat right there with me in the wordless sanctuary.
Had an ache inside my soul I couldn't articulate. No words in any language that could properly translate the depth of what I felt, the weight I couldn't share. Just this hollow, heavy feeling like nobody else was there. Tried to pray but couldn't form the sentences I needed. Just tears and silence where my voice should have proceeded. People asked what's wrong, but I had no reply, cause the pain was too complex for words to even try. And Jesus showed up in that wordless sacred space. Didn't need my explanation, didn't need me to restate what I couldn't say. He already understood. Sat with me in silence doing what only he could. Sometimes the deepest pain lives beyond our speech, in places where our vocabulary can't reach. But Jesus speaks the language of the wounded soul. He knows the groans that words can't hold. When I had no words to say, he understood anyway. Sat with me in the ache for his mercy's sake. Jesus sat in the ache, I didn't have words for. When my pain was too deep for language to explore. He didn't need my explanation or a detailed description. Just met me in the wordless with his holy prescription. Jesus sat in the ache, I didn't have words for. Understood the groans that came from my core. Now I know that I don't have to explain my pain to the God who speaks in silence and in rain. Romans 8:26, the spirit in the cities for us. With groans that words can't express, that's who we trust. When we don't know how to pray or what to say, the spirit translates our wordless pain his way. I learned that not all suffering can be verbalized. Some pain is too profound to be minimized in the sentences or phrases that make sense. But Jesus doesn't need the words, just my presence. He sat with me through grief I couldn't name, through anxiety that words couldn't contain or tame, through depression that had no clear explanation. Just this ache that needed divine translation. Now I bring my wordless pain to his throne, knowing he interprets every groan, that I don't have to find a perfect phrase. He understands my silence and my gate. No words to say, he understood anyway. Sat with me in the air for his mercy's sake. Jesus sat in the ache, I didn't have words for. When my pain was too deep for language to explore. He didn't need my explanation or a detailed description. Just met me in the wordless with his holy prescription. Jesus sat in the ache, I didn't have words for. Understood the groans that came from my core. Now I know that I don't have to explain my pain to the God who speaks in silence and in rain. You don't need the words to bring him your pain. He hears what you can't say, he feels what you can't explain. So if you're feeling something that you can't put in a speech, know that Jesus understands what words can't reach. Your wordless groans of prayers he comprehends. The spirit in the cities on him you can depend. Bring your unexplainable lake to his feet. Let him sit with you in silence, make your healing complete. You don't have to articulate or find a perfect phrase. He knows your heart's language in a million ways. Jesus sat in the ache, I didn't have words for. When my pain was too deep for language to explore. He didn't need my explanation or a detailed description. Just met me in the wordless with his holy prescription. Jesus sat in the ache, I didn't have words for. Understood the groans that came from my core. Now I know that I don't have to explain my pain to the God who speaks in silence and in rain. He understands
my wordless text with
he sits with me. He knows my heart
beyond my words.
He heals the ache. Before a word is on my tongue, you, Lord, know it completely. So when words fail you and pain has no name, Jesus sits right there. He knows your ache the same. In the wordless spaces, he's already there, understanding everything beyond what words can share.
The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with his hand. Psalm 37:23-24.
My foundation was shaking, couldn't trust my own footing, but he became the ground beneath me when I thought I was falling. Yeah, yeah. Lost all confidence into my ability to stand. Every step felt uncertain, like I'm walking on quicksand. Mentally unstable, emotionally off kilter. Needed something solid, cause my life had lost its filter. Couldn't trust my judgment, couldn't trust my strength. Felt like I was teetering on the edge of something great in length. One wrong move and I would crumble to the ground. That's when Jesus showed up and became a solid ground. He said, lean on me when you can't stand alone. I'll be your balance, I'll be your cornerstone. When your feet are weak and your legs won't hold, I'm the foundation that will never fall. Now I'm standing not by my might and my power, but by his spirit working every single hour. He's my equilibrium when the world spins fast, the steady presence that will always last. When I couldn't stand on my own, he became my solid stone. Every step he held me close when I needed him the most. When I didn't trust myself to stand, he became my balance. Every time I felt like falling, he was there with his guidance. When my foundation cracked and I lost all my confidence, his presence became the ground beneath my feet, my deliverance. When I didn't trust myself to stand, he became my balance. Turned my shaking into steadiness, my weakness into talents. Now I'm walking in the strength, not my own fragile stance, cause he's a solid rock when I'm given one more chance. Zechariah for the 6 is not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, that's what sustains you every hour. I was trying to stand strong in my own ability until I realized true strength is found in instability. Like Peter walking on the water till he looked at the waves. Started sinking when he focused on what his spirit craves, but Jesus reached out his hand and pulled him back up high. That's the same God holding me when I can't trust my stride. Now when anxiety make me feel like I'm gonna fall, I remember he's my balance through it all. When depression make my legs feel weak and frail, the strength beneath me so will prevail. I'm standing not because I got it all together, but because he holds me through whatever weather. My balance isn't mine, this is grace in motion, like waves that find their rhythm in the ocean. When I couldn't stand on my own, he became my solid stone. Every step he held me close when I needed him the most. When I didn't trust myself to stand, he became my balance. Every time I felt like falling, he was there with his guidance. When my foundation cracked and I lost all my confidence, his presence became the ground beneath my feet, my deliverance. When I didn't trust myself to stand, he became my balance. Turned my shaking into steadiness, my weakness into talents. Now I'm walking in the strength, not my own fragile stance, cause he's a solid rock when I'm given one more chance.
Build reps on big ground.
When I'm spinning around,
I'm spinning around.
my equilibrium.
When I can't find verse.
So if you're feeling unstable like you can't stand a day, know that Jesus is your balance, he's making a way. You don't have to trust yourself when you trust in him. He's the foundation that will never bend or dim. He's the rock that doesn't move when everything shakes. The steady and it holds you for his name's sake. So lean on him completely, let him be your base. His balance is sufficient, that's his amazing grace. When I didn't trust myself to stand, he became my balance. Every time I felt like falling, he was there with his guidance. When my foundation cracked and I lost all my confidence, his presence became the ground beneath my feet, my deliverance. When I didn't trust myself to stand, he became my balance. Turned my shaking into steadiness, my weakness into talents. Now I'm walking in his strength, not my own fragile stance, cause he's a solid rock when I'm given one more chance. He's my balance,
I'm balance.
he holds me,
My style
he steadily,
when I'm shaking.
he's my rock. For your times, a rich store of salvation and wisdom and knowledge. Isaiah 33:6.
When you can't trust your footing and you're afraid to fall,
Remember, he's your balance, he's your steady through it all.
he became my balance.
When I couldn't stand and held me steady in his loving hand. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 14:7-3. I acted like I was fine, pretended the pain wasn't there, but Jesus went straight to the wound I swore didn't need repair. Had a wound I convinced myself had already healed.
Buried it so deep I forgot how it really feels. Told everyone I'm good and it's in the past, but Jesus knew the truth, that pain doesn't fade that fast. I minimized the trauma, called it not that bad. Compare my hurt to others, said they had it more sad. Built this armor of denial thick around my chest. Pretended I was fine when I was barely getting rest. Then Jesus touched the place I said was already whole. The wound I would acknowledge, wouldn't let control. And when he pressed on that spot I acted didn't exist, I broke down completely, couldn't keep up the resist. He didn't shame me for the denial or the act, just gently showed me healing can't begin without the fact that something's broken, something hurts, something needs his care. And I can't heal what I pretend isn't even I said it didn't hurt, but he knew the truth. Touched the hidden wound and brought the pain of you. The wound I pretended didn't hurt, he touched first. Went straight to the pain, I denied at his worst. When I was acting fine and saying I'm okay, he saw through my facade and touched my hurt anyway. The wound I pretended didn't hurt, he touched first. Broke through my denial and addressed what I reversed. Now I'm healing honestly because he wouldn't let me hide from the pain I needed him to touch and hold inside. See, denial is a defense mechanism we all use when pain is too overwhelming and we're scared to lose control or break down or admit we're not strong. So we pretend we're healed when really something's wrong. But God's not fooled by our performance or our act. He sees the wounded child behind the defensive pact, and he loves us too much to leave us in denial. So he touches what we hide and walks us through the trial. I learned that acknowledging pain isn't being weak, it's being honest enough to let the healer speak. Into wounds I minimize and trauma I dismiss. Now I'm free because he wouldn't let those wounds persist no more. I'm fine when I'm breaking deep inside. No more acting healed when hurt is what I hide. Jesus taught me that true strength isn't honesty, admitting when I'm wounded so he can save me. I said it didn't hurt, but he knew the truth. Touched the hidden wound, yeah, and brought the pain of you. The wound I pretended didn't hurt, he touched first. Went straight to the pain, I denied at his worst. When I was acting fine and saying I'm okay, he saw through my facade and touched my hurt anyway. The wound I pretended didn't hurt, he touched first. Broke through my denial and addressed what I reversed. Now I'm healing honestly because he wouldn't let me hide from the pain I needed him to touch and hold inside. Bill can't heal what you won't feel. Stop pretending, start revealing. Yeah. If you're reading this and acting like you're fine, when deep inside this pain you won't define, know that Jesus sees the wound you won't admit, and he wants to heal it, he won't counterfeit. Stop minimizing trauma cause someone had it worse. Your pain is valid, let him break that curse of denial and pretending everything's okay. He touches hidden wounds to heal them. The wound I pretended didn't hurt, he touched first. Went straight to the pain, I denied at his word. When I was acting fine and saying I'm okay, he saw through my facade and touched my hurt anyway. The wound I pretended didn't hurt, he touched first. Broke through my denial and addressed what I'd reversed. Now I'm healing honestly because he wouldn't let me hide from the pain I needed him to touch and hold inside. He touched first. He touched first.
He touched first.
He saw through
My denial.
he healed me.
Honestly,
No more hiding. Free.
I'm free.
I'm free.
I'm free.
I'm free. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Stop pretending you're okay when you're breaking deep inside. Jesus wants to heal the wounds you no longer have to hide. He touches what we hide to bring healing deep inside. No more denial, just honest, holy trial. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their cry. Psalm 34:15. I was suffering in silence, invisible to everyone around,
But Jesus saw me in the quiet, where I thought I'd never be found.
Yeah, I was fighting battles no one knew existed, wearing smiles while internally I twisted. Pain so private that I kept it all inside. Figured no one cared enough to see behind my disguise. Had struggles that don't show up on the outside, depression that I masked with every bit of pride. Anxiety attacks at 3 a.m. alone, but morning came and I put on my happy zone. Thought I was invisible in my silent suffering, that God was too busy with louder prayers hovering. But Jesus found me in the quiet where I hid my tears. Saw every midnight break down through the years. He met me in the silence, I thought no one would notice. In the pain too private for a social media post, where I couldn't find the words and didn't make a sound. That's exactly where his presence could be found. When I was too quiet to be heard, he heard every silent word. In the place no one thought to look, that's where Jesus took. Jesus found me in the silence, where I thought no one looked. Saw the pain I never spoke about, the hurt I never took to anyone but him. In those moments all alone, he found me in my quiet and made me full. And Jesus found me in the silence, where I thought no one looked. Heard the prayers I couldn't pray, understood what others mistook. Now I know that quiet pain is never truly unseen, cause he's the God who finds us in the spaces in between. Yeah. See, God doesn't only hear the loudest cries, he's attentive to the silent tears we hide behind our eyes. The suffering is too deep for words to say, he's present in her quiet every single day. Hagar called him the God who sees when she was all alone, lost in the wilderness, forgotten and unknown. But God found her in her hidden silent pain, and that's that same God calling out your name. I learned that I don't have to broadcast my struggle to be seen by the one who matters in the trouble. Jesus knows the battles fought in secret places, the wars we wage alone with tear-stained faces. Now I bring my silent suffering to his feet, knowing he sees everything, my pain is not discreet. To him who knows my thoughts before I speak them loud, the God who finds the lonely in the crowd. And when I was too quiet to be heard, he heard every silent word. In the place no one thought to look, that's where Jesus took. Jesus found me in the silence, where I thought no one looked. Saw the pain I never spoke about, the hurt I never took to anyone but him. In those moments all alone, he found me in my quiet and made me fully known. Jesus found me in the silence, where I thought no one looked. Heard the prayers I couldn't pray, understood what others mistook. Now I know that quiet pain is never truly unseen, cause he's the God who finds us in the spaces in between. Your silent suffering is not invisible to him. He sees every hidden tear, every battle fought within. So if you're suffering in silence, thinking no one understands, know that Jesus sees you, he's extending both his hands. You don't have to make noise to get his attention now. He's already present in your quiet somehow. He sees the 3 a.m. anxiety, the pain you won't admit, the smile you fake all day while you're breaking bit by bit. You're not forgotten, not overlooked, not too small to see. Jesus finds the silent sufferers like you and me. Jesus found me in the silence, where I thought no one looked. Saw the pain I never spoke about, the hurt I never took to anyone but him. In those moments all alone, he found me in my quiet and made me fully known. Jesus found me in the silence, where I thought no one looked. Heard the prayers I couldn't pray, understood what others mistook. Now I know that quiet pain is never truly unseen, cause he's the God who finds us in the spaces in between. He sees you in the silence, he knows you in the quiet, he finds you. He's with you every moment. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. Psalm 99. Your silent pain is seen, your quiet tears are known. You're never invisible to the God who calls you home. In the silence where you hide, he's already there beside. Every quiet hidden tear is precious to him, drawing near.
He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. Psalm 47:3. There was a place I couldn't go, a memory too painful to fade. But Jesus walked into that darkness and filled it with his grace. Yeah. Had a memory like the way that I would touch. Trauma from my past that hurt too much. Every time I got close, my mind would shut it down. Build walls around the pain, wouldn't let me turn around. Try therapy, try time, try pretending it's not there. But certain triggers brought me back to that nightmare. And I was stuck in a cycle I couldn't break free. Cause healing that won't require more than just me. Yeah, then Jesus showed up in that forbidden space. Walk right in trauma that I couldn't face. Didn't force me to relive it, but helped me process through. Showed me I'm not defined by what was done to me, it's true. He sat with me in memories where I felt alone. Showed me he was there even when I didn't know. Started healing what I buried, what I tried to ignore. Now I'm free from chains I thought I'd carry evermore. He went where I was scared to go, into the pain I wouldn't show, and heal what I couldn't heal alone. Now I'm finally coming home. He stepped into the memory I couldn't heal alone. Brought his light into the darkness where I felt so far from home. When the past was too painful and I couldn't find my way, his presence became the healing that I needed every day. He stepped into the memory I couldn't heal alone. Broke the power of the trauma that had gripped me to the bone. Now I'm walking in the freedom that his healing brings. Cause he entered my pain and gave me brand new wings. See, some wounds need more than time to really heal. They need divine intervention, something real. Jesus specializes in the trauma we can't touch. The memories that haunt us, that hurt too much. He doesn't rush the process or shame us for the struggle. Just offers gentle presence in our pain and trouble. Isaiah 61 says he came to bind the broken, to give beauty for ashes, that's his healing token. I learned that healing isn't linear, it's a journey with him. Some days better, some days harder, but he walks with me within. The places I was terrified to ever go back to, now hold testimonies for what his grace can do. I'm not a victim anymore, I'm a survivor and more. I'm an overcomer with a story to restore. Others who are trapped in memories they can't escape. Jesus is the healer, he's the one who breaks the chains. Anywhere where I was scared to go, into the pain I wouldn't show, and heal what I couldn't heal alone. Now I'm finally coming home. He stepped into the memory I couldn't heal alone. Brought his light into the darkness where I felt so far from home. When the past was too painful and I couldn't find my way, his presence became the healing that I needed every day. He stepped into the memory I couldn't heal alone. Broke the power of the trauma that had gripped me to the bone. Now I'm walking in the freedom that his healing brings. Cause he entered my pain and gave me brand new wings. No memory is too dark for his light to reach. No pain is too deep for his love to breach. So if you're carrying trauma that you can't process alone, know that Jesus enters and he makes your pain his own. He's not afraid of your story or the wounds you try to hide. He's the healer of the broken, let him step inside. He was there when it happened, he's here for healing now. His presence brings restoration, he'll show you how to walk through painful memories without being defined by what was done to you. His love will redesign. He stepped into the memory I couldn't heal alone. Brought his light into the darkness where I felt so far from home. When the past was too painful and I couldn't find my way, his presence became the healing that I needed every day. He stepped into the memory I couldn't heal alone. Broke the power of the trauma that had gripped me to the bone. Now I'm walking in the freedom that his healing brings. Cause he entered my pain and gave me brand new wings. He healed me, he freed me, he favored me, he saved me. His love lasts, his love lasts. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim freedom for the captives and release from darkness for the prisoners. You don't have to carry what he came to heal. Invite him in to the memory and watch his love reveal. He steps into the darkness where we're afraid to go, and brings healing to the places only he can know.
Come unto me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28.
When I ran into myself, yeah,
Had nothing more to offer,
but His grace picked up.
what I couldn't carry any longer. Yeah. Hit a wall where I had nothing left inside the tank. Emotionally bankrupt, spiritually my faith ain't. Tried to keep going on fumes, but the engine died. Couldn't muster up the strength, couldn't even cry. Ran out of prayers, ran out of hope, ran out of fight. Just wanted to lay down and let darkness win the night. But right there at my lowest, at the bottom of my soul, God's grace showed up and said I'll take control. Didn't need me to be strong or fake it till I made it. Just needed me to surrender what I couldn't operate with. My empty hands became the space where His power could flow. When I had nothing left to give, His grace began to show. He carried what I couldn't, completed what I lacked, filled every empty space, covered every crack. And I learned that weakness is the place where grace breaks through. When you got nothing left, that's when He's everything to you. When I reached the end of everything I had, His grace stepped in and carried what was left. When my heart had nothing left to give, His grace carried the rest. Picked up every broken piece when I couldn't do my best. When my strength was gone and I was running on empty, His sufficient grace became everything. When my heart had nothing left to give, His grace carried the rest. Turn my weakness into worship, turn my burden into rest. Now I know that His power was made perfect when I'm weak. His grace is all I need when I can barely speak. 2 Corinthians 12, Paul asked 3 times for God to remove His thorn, but God declined. Said my grace is sufficient, my power's made complete in your weakness. That's where you'll see my strength unleashed. Now I understand that grace isn't just for salvation, it's the daily power for every situation. When you're depleted, defeated, can't take another step, grace becomes the breath when there's no oxygen left. I stopped trying to manufacture strength I didn't know. Started leaning on the power of Jesus on the throne. His grace became my daily portion, my supply. The reason I can make it when I wanna lay down and die. And now I boast in weakness, cause that's where He's most strong. My inability's the stage where His glory sings a song. So when you're at the end and got nothing left to bring, remember grace is everything, grace is everything. When I reached the end of everything I had, His grace stepped in and carried what was left. When my heart had nothing left to give, His grace carried the rest. Picked up every broken piece when I couldn't do my best. When my strength was gone and I was running on empty, His sufficient grace became everything. When my heart had nothing left to give, His grace carried the rest. Turn my weakness into worship, turn my burden into rest. Now I know that His power is made perfect when I'm weak. His grace is all I need when I can barely speak. You don't have to be strong, His strength is enough. When you got nothing left, His grace is more than enough. So if you're exhausted, depleted, running on fumes tonight, know that God's grace is sufficient, it's your source of life. You don't have to have it together, don't have to pretend. His grace meets you at your limits and carries you to the end. My grace is sufficient
For every weakness,
my power is perfect
in your meekness,
so rest in me.
stop striving,
I'll carry you.
keep thriving.
Oh. When my heart had nothing left to give, His grace carried the rest. Picked up every broken piece when I couldn't do my best. When my strength was gone and I was running on empty, His sufficient grace became everything. When my heart had nothing left to give, His grace carried the rest. Turn my weakness into worship, turn my burden into rest. Now I know that His power is made perfect when I'm weak. His grace is all I need when I can barely speak.
His grace carried
Everything
when I had nothing.
He had plenty,
His strength in weakness,
made complete
grace is sufficient.
for me.
But He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. 2 Corinthians 12:9.
But He said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness.
When you reach your limit, and there's nothing left to give, that's where grace begins. That's where you truly live.
These grace carried what I couldn't hold and made me whole when I felt so cold.
Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts. Psalm 39:23. There were questions buried deep that I was terrified to face, but Jesus went looking for them and answered with His grace. Had questions I wouldn't ask out loud to myself, about my worth, my identity, my spiritual health. Deep doubts about who I really am when nobody's watching. Fears about my purpose that kept my conscience talking. Am I actually saved or just playing a part? Do I love God truly or is it performance art? What if I'm too broken for His plan to use? What if I'm the exception to the gospel truth? These questions lived in shadows where I wouldn't shine a light, cause I was scared the answers would confirm my darkest fright. Then maybe I'm not chosen, maybe I'm too far gone. Maybe grace has limits and I crossed them all alone. But Jesus didn't wait for me to voice my secret doubt. He walked into the darkness where I kept my questions out, and one by one He answered what I couldn't bear to say. With truth that shattered fear and lit a brand new way. He knew the questions hidden deep inside my soul and answered them with mercy that made my spirit whole. Jesus answered the questions I was too afraid to ask myself about my worth, my calling, my identity and wealth. When I was scared to look inside and face what I would find, He went into those places and brought peace into my mind. Jesus answered the questions I was too afraid to ask myself, spoke truth into the silence where my doubts were all I felt. Now I know who I am because He told me who I be, a child of God, beloved, chosen and completely free.
He answered, you're not too broken, you're exactly why I came. Your mess is my mission, I specialize in shame. Your past doesn't disqualify you from my grace. It's the testimony that will help you run this race. You're not defined by feelings that come and go like weather. Your identity is rooted in my love that lasts forever. You're chosen not by merit but by mercy undeserved. My blood speaks louder than every doubt you've heard. Yes, you're saved, not by your effort but by faith, not by perfection but by trusting in my name. Your purpose isn't earning what I freely given, it's living from the freedom I've already been forgiven. Now I'm walking in authority I didn't know I had, speaking life over questions that once made me sad. No more hiding from the truth that I was scared to know. Jesus answered everything and set my spirit free.
Through the questions hidden deep inside my soul and answer them with mercy that made my spirit whole. Jesus answered the questions I was too afraid to ask myself about my worth, my calling, my identity and wealth. When I was scared to look inside and face what I would find, He went into those places and brought peace into my mind. Jesus answered the questions I was too afraid to ask myself, spoke truth into the silence where my doubts were all I felt. Now I know who I am because He told me who I be, a child of God, beloved, chosen and completely free. Don't be afraid to ask the questions that you hide. He's not scared of your doubts, He'll answer them with pride. Bring every secret question to the light of the world. He's not intimidated by the doubts that you've hurled at yourself in the midnight when nobody else knows. Jesus sees and Jesus answers and His truth bestows. Who am I? You're mine, and my love deeply. Do I matter? Absolutely. Am I chosen complete? Jesus answered the questions I was too afraid to ask myself about my worth, my calling, my identity and wealth. When I was scared to look inside and face what I would find, He went into those places and brought peace into my mind. Jesus answered the questions I was too afraid to ask myself, spoke truth into the silence where my doubts were all I felt. Now I know who I am because He told me who I be, a child of God, beloved, chosen and completely free. He answered, He knows me completely. I'm free in His mercy
will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. Every question you're afraid to ask, He already knows the answer, and His truth will set you free from every doubt and every cancer.
Don't be afraid to ask.
He's waiting to respond with truth that breaks the darkness and love that goes beyond.